Make my wedding cake with me. So thanks to my father, I have the I can do it myself / how hard could it be gene, which also means I already owned all of the supplies that I needed because I've made many cakes before. Sometimes it really is just possible to do it yourself. Here is some homemade strawberry puree going in between 2 layers of white cake that is also homemade. Everything is actually just homemade, including this buttercream frosting. Now, I'm sure you can tell that my cake is not completely level. It does bulge out a little bit in the center there. I am adding a second tier that is also going to have 2 layers to it, but that second tier is actually going to be a much heavier, denser, gluten-free white cake. And while I am going to add some supports in the middle there, I thought it would be nice if there's just a little bit of give for that cake to compress a little bit. That top gluten-free layer is going to be separated by a cake board that goes all the way out to the piped-on border. And I understand that would not work for most people that are gluten intolerant, but it works for me because I'm not super sensitive to cross-contamination at all. I'm not a professional by any means, so I do understand. I skipped the crumb coat and it looks really messy, but it all works out. I forgot to film myself doing the gluten-free top layer or putting the supports in, but this is how it turned out, and it was actually really beautiful, and it did last all the way to the wedding and throughout the wedding. I added little pearls, and I added those white chocolate letterings with some pearl dusting on top. And if you look at that top right picture, that's the top tier of the cake, including the piped on border, completely separated from that bottom tier. And that's thanks to the cake board that I put underneath. And here's a picture of the cake slice that my mom took for her Facebook. All Things Sweet is my business name, and while I do sell desserts, I do not sell custom made cakes.